we just packed up the entire van. It's been like an all-day ordeal because we've pretty much taken every single colorway on the entire wall. The goal of having our show in Pittsburgh, just when I visualized my entire booth setup, I really wanted to kind of transport you into our studio and give you the full experience of having all of the products on the wall and in the cubbies and just the entire atmosphere of all of the like perfectly coordinated colors around you. So it's just a really inviting setting, and I just wanted to kind of bring that to Pittsburgh as well as to Indie Untangled, where we will be vending during Rhinebeck weekend. So it was just super fun, and it's just really cool to think about what it'll be like at Rhinebeck this year as well. So if you're in Pittsburgh, I hope to see you there. So you guys have to comment down below with how many skeins you think is in this van, because I don't think you will realize just how much yarn this is. Just for context, we have, I think, over 20 bins, 2 rows down, back there is 3, and this is how far it is. A lot of work. Are you ready, Devin? Way down there. It is day 2 and we are officially on the road, which is super exciting. We just kind of had to like pack all of our stuff up this morning because we spent all day yesterday packing up yarn, but I got to wind a few skeins for my knitting project for this trip, because if you've been following me for a while, you know no matter how small of a trip, I always love to use it as an excuse to cast something new on. So I'll kind of be walking you through the 2 projects that I brought to knit on throughout this trip. And yeah, we're headed to our favorite coffee shop to fuel up for the day. Probably will not be our last cup of coffee.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what we're up to. How's it going, Devin?
Very good.
Oh yeah. Devin is checking into the hotel right now. We are downtown in Pittsburgh and it's super beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the city footage. We are so exhausted. We pretty much just got all of the like grid wall up and all of our like big booth things set up, and I was able to like do all the color placement for the speckled and variegated colorways. Tomorrow morning we're going to be heading back to the the area to just do all of the tonals and all of the swatches and everything. Just so much more work to do, but I'm hoping we don't run out of time. It's funny, I felt like I was on one of those cooking shows where the time keeps running out and you just need more and more time, and then it's just gonna have to be good enough at the end, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, kind of stressful, but in all honesty, it's just been incredibly fun, and I've just been pinching myself the whole time that this is real. So I cannot wait to just, yeah, see the final product and get to see in-person feedback about my colorways, which is something I've never gotten to have before. But yeah, Devin is back. So I realized I forgot to film a lot of our morning, but this is what we have so far. I've started putting all of the minis where they should go. I've been like obsessing over the tonal section just to try to make sure it's all color coordinated and just looking really aesthetic. As you can see, that is hilarious. I'm going to be taking that down and redoing it, but I'm really loving this side a lot. Kind of show you how I've like coordinated a lot of these tonals. They're super fun. We also went to Trader Joe's this morning and got some roses.
Nice to meet you.
So here we are. It's coming along beautifully. Now this looks so much better. This is actually a crocheted chain with like the actual type of yarn. I think is called like gorilla yarn, kind of hilarious. But I just bought a few skeins to dye up in one of my favorite colors and have it as like a fun kind of prop in the booth. There's Devin. So here it is. We literally finished setting up with 5 minutes to spare. As you can see, I really love how the sign came together. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen when I received those. I have a lot of my 10-gram sets over here, as well as just a lot of the speckled colorways. And I can't remember if I showed you this or not, but I think I have. But we finally got them all on. So we've been set up for a few hours now, and it's been really busy, which has been super cool. It ended up taking us 7 hours to set up.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, but it was really worth it. We got the booth to look exactly the way that we envisioned, which is always a plus, and nothing really went wrong, which is great. And so many of you, like from YouTube and Instagram, just came up just to see me, which was super sweet. And really unexpected.
One lady drove from Buffalo to here, Buffalo, New York, and literally just came up to us and said, "I came for you." I was like, not me, her. But yeah.
Definitely made my day for sure. It was super sweet. So yeah, a lot of really cool moments, and you can see the booth in the background. Some of the colorways are already dwindling, which is crazy. And
apparently Addie is a lot taller in person than she looks like on social media. A lot of people have been saying it. At least 4 people have said it.
yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're a lot taller in person than on Instagram," which is funny because I do get that a lot. So I am 5'10" for those wondering. Look at this tasty pizza. It looks so heavenly after today because I'm just ready to wind down and just look at the beautiful city and all of the flowers and just get to relax. How cool is this? We just got back from dinner and there's a fireworks show going on. That's so cool. So we're gonna just sit and watch all the pretty lights for a bit. We just woke up and we're headed to go get some coffee. There's this really cool coffee shop that's only 3 minutes from where we're staying, which will be really fun. And it's this way. So we are like around the market area.
Market Square.
And it's not really awake for the day yet, but it's really pretty. It's like a big circle. And we just got our coffee. Just got back from dinner with Robin from the Yarnbyrds. She has the funnest yarn truck. I think I remember seeing it at Stitches West when I went like many years ago, which was super fun. And we got to chat with her and her friend, and it was really fun.
They were a blast. It was just really fun to just recap the weekend so far and then just get to hang out with them and joke about spicy foods and try Korean foods.
Yeah, we got Korean. It was amazing. Yeah, I just fell in love with Robin. She was so cool. I loved getting to get to know her better, and I think we just hit it off really well, so it was fun. We're
going to be stocking the yarn truck.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So if the yarn truck is like in your area at a fiber festival, you have to check it out because her aesthetic is just perfect. I love it. She even has a chandelier in her truck, which I think is so clever.
Hilarious, yeah. She was saying, yeah, there's a lot of yarn trucks, but we have the chandelier. And I just laughed.
It was super cute. So yeah, it was really fun. Just a great way to, just decompress after the event. And it was really fun. We got to meet a lot more people and got to, see a different part of the city. So really fun night. Now we're back at our favorite spot across from the hotel, and we're gonna get some spinach and artichoke dip because it was really good, and just call it a night.
And relax.
Good night.
Well, I went to order peeps this year.
I'm putting together some of my favorite tonal combos as well as the variegated and speckled for Robin of the Yarnbyrds. So it's going to be super fun to see these colorways in her yarn truck. So this is sort of like the collection of tonals I'll put together, and I can't wait to hear her thoughts on what she loves. And then here's a few of the speckled ones. She's going to have some on bulky, which is going to be super fun. The show just ended and we are starting to pack up. As you can see, the shelves are a little bit lighter and it was a super fun event. I just finished packing up the very last skein in that bin, which was exciting, and now we are dismantling the grid wall as well as taking off all of the hooks, so we're getting close. So we just finished packing up. We're now on the road and I am so exhausted. It was insane. Very, very crazy. Just like doing an entire yarn show, set up and then tear down is just a lot. But as you can see, we're back in the van and I'm holding a random vase. We just got stuff everywhere. And now we're headed off for Thai food.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
3 days is a little much. I think we might stick to the 1 days.
Yeah, for sure. 1 days I think would be great, even though it's going to be a lot like back to back because we'll have to set up and then sell for a day and then tear down, so it might be a bit much, but yeah, I don't know. I think that might be what we try next, and luckily that is what Indie Untangled will be, so yeah. Anyways, hopefully this angle's not too weird. These roads are super bumpy, but I will sign off and show you a little bit about the Thai place we go for dinner, and then tomorrow is the drive home. Got some yummy calamari, which is Devin's favorite food, fun fact. And this Thai place is super cute. So this is our Devin got curry and I don't even know what I got. Devin ordered for me. on the road, headed back to Indiana. We left Pittsburgh, which was super sad because it's such a fun city, but we're definitely going to be glad to get home and get back to a normal work schedule. We just stopped at the Ohio Turnpike, right?
We're driving on the Ohio Turnpike.
Okay, yeah, and got lunch, so that was good. And then I basically this morning walked all around Pittsburgh. I just got up super early and just walked around for a good hour and a half almost.
Yeah, and got lost.
I did get lost, but it was fun because I got to see more of the city that way, and it was a little adventure. So yeah, it was really fun. I got to call my mom and chat with her and catch her up on the weekend and everything that happened. And now we are headed to see Devin's family because they are on the way, so that's super fun, and we're gonna get to visit with them and get to eat dinner on their new deck, which is a first since they just finished it. One last thing I wanted to share because the vlog is almost coming to an end since we're not going to be vlogging like unpacking all of the bins full of yarn and putting them back on the shelves because I think that's kind of boring, I guess. But I do want to end it with sharing all of the really fun things that I was able to purchase from other vendors at the Pittsburgh Fiber Arts Festival. I got some really beautiful patchwork hand quilted bags that are repurposed quilts, and they're just super cool. I also purchased something from the Yarnbyrds yarn truck, which was so fun to see that in person. I haven't seen their yarn truck since Stitches West of 2019, I think, and it was really cool. She even recognized me, which is so funny because like that was so long ago, but I got some really fun things there. I also purchased a really fun new yarn swift that I will kind of show you how that is set up and just some other little fun stuff. Good morning, everyone. You can obviously see it's a new day because I have on a new outfit. I feel like I've been vlogging a few minutes every day, which has been super fun, but this will be the last part of the vlog. I decided to kind of make it podcast style because I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I purchased from the Pittsburgh Fiber Arts Festival. There were so many amazing artists there, and I got to do a little bit of shopping myself, which was super fun. And yeah, you can already see a little bit of my haul kind of peeking out. So let's get started. So I'm still working on my morning coffee, as you can see, because it's quite early and the sun is blinding, so hopefully the lighting cooperates. And I have my Rhinebeck sweater here, little teaser for next episode, because we're not going to be getting into that today. But the first thing that I want to share is from my favorite booth in the entire festival. It was so beautiful because her whole like aesthetic was just so perfect. It was funny because the first day that we were there, we were just so busy setting up, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. We were heading out the door and her booth just caught my eye, and I just really loved all of the really cool things that she had. So without further ado, I will be sharing what I got from this booth because I might have went a little crazy. But it is Mabel Studios. So it is like these really beautiful bags, and as you can see, they're all like quilted. And what I really loved about her studio space was that all of these bags are made from repurposed vintage quilts. So all of these are originally quilts, so she takes pieces that have already had a life before and creates new pieces and repurposes all of these vintage quilts and turns them into something new. And I just thought that was so fun. So I went ahead and purchased this one, which I thought was super beautiful. And it's funny because I follow a lot of knitters and makers that are in the UK, and correct me if I'm wrong if you're in the UK, but I feel like this just really, I don't know, it just reminded me of that. And I've seen a lot of like makers in the UK use bags similarly to this, and I've always wanted a few. And it's just really cool that I was able to snag some because I follow a lot of makers that have a similar style to this online, and I've never been able to hit the shop updates soon enough because they always sell out. And she also had these really adorable little pouches as well. I don't know if you can see, but they all have color coordinating zippers. And I was telling her I typically wouldn't be buying these little pouches except for the fact that the colors are just too perfect. And it's so funny because I feel like if anything is a color like aesthetic that I love, I'm probably just gonna buy it, like depending on what it is, just because I'm obsessed with all of the colors. So these will be super fun for like progress keepers and stuff. And I just love that she matched the zippers to the fabrics. It's just such a perfect design element. So that is one of the big bucket bags. These are gonna be so perfect for sweaters, which as you can see, my Rhinebeck sweater is almost outgrowing my little basket here. So perfect timing for that. Another really fun thing that I got from her booth, let me go over here and snag it, is these really beautiful, like, I forget what she calls them, but I think they're like little bucket bags. I don't know if you can see them or not. I'm sorry the lighting is so bright. It's just, I have a lot of windows on that side, and so it's just always very bright in the mornings. But yeah, I love this one because it's very simplistic and just really a pretty shade of pink. And you know, I mean, it's pink, like I had to snag that one. And this one popped out at me so much because it's literally all of my favorite colors in a bag. Isn't this one so perfect? I don't know if it'll focus. There we go. It's just all of these beautiful pinks and a little bit of reds and all of these things. And so this one was just so beautiful. I really loved all of the different colors in this one. So those are a few of those bags. And then the other one, like I said, I went crazy with bags. But the thing is, I haven't really purchased any new bags over the past, like, I think year. So I figured I could go ahead and treat myself a bit with some new project bags. But this one is also super cute. This is like the most, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily call them farmhouse, but like I typically completely shy away from all of that sort of style, but like the rest are super vintage and just really colorful. Just kind of remind me of like what I would imagine the like 1920s quilts looking like. But I also thought that this one was really pretty, especially depending on what kind of color you would pair with it. So I have my really pretty blue yarn in there and a little pom-pom. This one I actually got from the Yarnbyrds yarn truck. But this is obviously my custom colorway for Natalie of Knitty Natty for her Love and Stitches membership. So I've been working away on this as you've seen throughout the whole vlog. So I will be keeping it in this project bag from now on. Let's see, so we've shared all of these. I'm gonna put them over here. And here is her logo in case you want to find her online. This is her Instagram and her website and her email in case you want to go and check her out, which I highly recommend. The next one, this is the last bag that I bought from her, I promise. And this one is also so cool. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna focus. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it's just super pretty, and it has all of these different stitches and patterns. It's hard to show, but this one's super fun, and I have my hat, my other hat in here. Which, by the way, I was knitting on this hat on the way home from Pittsburgh, and we were driving, I think, until 10 o'clock. So I had about 2 hours of just complete, like, night driving, or Devin was driving. But I was able to knit in the car, which was super fun because I didn't think I could still knit in the dark. But kind of crazy, I got all of this progress done, and I didn't make any mistakes. It's funny, I kept thinking I was dropping stitches, but I wasn't. I kept going, and I'm really happy with all the progress I got. But enough chatter on that since it's not a podcast. But yeah, I love all of the really fun prints on this one. And the next thing I got from her booth, this is the last thing from her booth, but it was super beautiful. Behind all of her bags, she also had a lot of different like quilted sweaters and things and cardigans, but I saw these Christmas stockings, and I have been wanting to get like handmade stockings for Devin and I for quite some time, and I've just been kind of keeping my eye open for the right kind of aesthetic and print, and I was contemplating doing a Fair Isle knitted like stocking, but I don't think I'd finish that, you guys. Maybe in our like 10-year anniversary. But look at these stockings. Aren't they so perfect? So this one is going to be mine because it's the most colorful, and I called dibs on this one. And then I think Devin loves red, so I know that this one will be really perfect for him. So it's super cute that we have like kind of matching stockings, and these are going to be so cute just hanging up during the Christmas season. So I was really, really stoked to grab some of these. The next thing that I purchased, again from the yarn truck, I also got a few more pom-poms for different hats because I really want to get into making a lot more hats this winter. But regardless, I'll talk about those on a podcast whenever I use them. But this is another really fun bag that I got from the Yarnbyrds yarn truck because she just has the prettiest things in her booth, and I really love this tweed a ton. It is made by Harrison Tweed. They are like on the outer islands of Scotland, from what I understand. It's 100% wool woven fabric, and I've been watching like Scottish like vlogs and different like knitting influencers, I guess, that travel to like Edinburgh and all of these different places, and it's really cool because I feel like this just is their vibe. So I don't know, it was just really fun. And again, as you can see, I am just obsessed with the bags lately for some reason. Let me see, the next thing that I got was from the other yarn truck that was outside, because I spent a little bit of time outside shopping because like the room that we were in was so dark. I just wanted to go outside. So I would just wander around outside every once in a while. So if you were a customer there, you probably saw me. But this was a really fun basket that was there. And I love it so much because I stocked these baskets in my shop for a little over a year, and I literally would put a comment in every purchase I made from the company saying, please include some that are pinks or neons, and I never really got any that were super neon, I guess, but this one, I was like, oh my word, I have to grab this one. It is like me in a basket. I love how bright and saturated the pink is, paired with this really beautiful like bright ochre yellow. So that was a super fun purchase as well. And then I also grabbed a few other little things. Let me see where I put them. Okay, since it's almost 10 minutes already, I'm gonna try to fly through these fairly quickly. A few other booths were there, and it was in like the sewing area, so I didn't grab any sort of sewing supplies because I don't need another hobby in that way, but this was super fun. They had knitting pins there, and I purchased this one because I thought that it was just super cute, and it will just be a really fun reminder of our first vending experience. It just says have yarn will travel and has some balls of yarn on the top of the car. And what's funny is they had one that was a van filled with like yarn, but I didn't love the colors as much as I love this one. So I went with the one with the colors I liked, and it's sort of still on theme. So that was super fun. And then the next thing I got wasn't at the Pittsburgh Fiber Arts Festival. However, it was something that is super special that I wanted to kind of share anyways as well. I don't think I filmed it on YouTube, but I did do a few Instagram stories. But one night after we were done vending, we went downtown and we saw that there was a night market happening. And they had a bunch of live music and people getting drinks and stuff. And it was super fun because they had some art booths. And they had a few ones that were like clothing, some jewelry, and there was one that was paintings. And it was super fun. So we got to meet the artist in that booth because of course I went in. And I got this really fun card that's like the city of Pittsburgh. I don't know if you can see that or not. I unfortunately don't have a business card or anything from this artist, but it was a really fun memory to get to go and see a night market, which I never knew that they would have art there, which was super fun. So this will be a birthday card for my grandpa because he just had a birthday, and I am so late with the card. It was about a week ago, so I will be writing this later today. Another tangent sort of thing is I got a Tuft Woolens bar, that's the mojito scent. And this was super fun because I made, when I made the stop at Yarn It and Haberdashery, you would have seen that. So that was a really fun thing to do. And it was funny, she even recognized me and knew who I was, which was crazy. But we got to chatting, and I might be doing a pop-up there for a local yarn store day. So we shall see. Who knows if that will happen, but it's fun to think about anyways. The next thing I got is a new yarn swift, because I've been wanting to get a new yarn swift for a while, because the one I purchased I got secondhand, and while I don't think that really matters, but I think that the previous owner had really kind of stripped the inside of the umbrella, and I think that it's been getting more and more tensioned as time has gone on, and I've tried to put oil on it and like WD-40 like on the gears, and it's just not working anymore. So, or not on the gears, but on the swivel, and just trying to oil it. But I've just decided I'm just going to be probably getting rid of it, because I think it's just had run its course. But I was super excited to find one that is laying down, so it's one with the pegs. And I'm really excited about it, because I think that will be a way to not stress my yarn, because my yarn has been winding up really tight, even when I do a second wind. And it's just not been fun. But I'll show you just like these two pieces of wood. This is so fascinating, right guys? Just getting to look at random pieces of wood. But I was able to get a walnut one, which was super fun. Hard to kind of show, but it kind of will fit in like this, and then like spin around. And she even has like a dowel in like this center right here. And she explained why it won't stress the yarn when you do it this way. And I was so fascinated. I've never really heard it that way, that like these are technically better for your skeins without like stretching those fibers. And I'm really excited to try it out. So I will keep you posted on my next podcast and see if I have better results with this winder. And if you're wondering, or this swift, I mean, and if you're wondering where it's from, it's from knittingnotions.com. Let me see if I can show that. I don't know if that's showing, but yeah, knittingnotions.com. I will put the name on the screen for you, but it was just a little booth that was set up, and I got one that was walnut, so this will be super great to start using. Anyways, that is all of the haul that I was able to purchase at the Pittsburgh Arts Festival. Thank you guys so much for following along on the entire adventure of setting up for my first show. It was super fun taking you all along and showing you a little bit of the behind the scenes of what it's like. That is pretty much it. We're just going to be unloading the truck today, and then I'm finally going to be getting to dye some yarn, which will be super fun. But I just wanted to thank you all so much for all of your support throughout the years, and just for purchasing, for leaving a comment, for liking any of the posts that I create, and it just really means a lot. So thank you all so much for your support. I will see you in the next video, and until next time, I hope you have so much fun with your knitting and making art with it. I will see you later. Bye.